we will enter the another topic which called as neuromuscular junction and further topic lah. Okay, so normally, okay, so yesterday we already learned about the structure of synapse, right? So we know that synapse is the interaction between the neuron, like the interaction between the neuron, sensory neuron and interneuron and motor neuron. So this is we call as synapse. Okay, but there are also in the motor neuron, the terminal branch is connected with to the muscle tissue rather than neuron tissue already. So at that part, you are not saying that it is a synapse already. If the interaction between the neuron and the muscle tissue we known as neuromuscular junction. Yeah. So actually it is also considered as one type of synapse, but in specific terms we were known as neuromuscular junction rather than synapse. So in examination you should mention about the neuromuscular junction terms rather than using synapse if you want to talk about the gap between the motor neuron and also the muscle tissue. Okay, so normally this is the basic structure of the neuromuscular junction. So normally if you see this diagram, so this is motor neuron, right? Motor neuron, or we call as efferent neuron. So when the electrical impulse is transmitted along the efferent neuron, they will finally reach the terminal branch of the efferent neuron. So this efferent neuron will connect with the muscle tissue, so we call as sarcoplasmic. So normally this is the muscle fiber any muscle fiber. So in our syllabus we only learn about the skeletal muscle only. The smooth muscle and the cardiac muscle are not in our syllabus. We only learn about skeletal muscle only. So for your smooth muscle and also cardiac muscle are not in our syllabus, so you don't need to learn that. So this is the general structure of skeletal muscle, right, that you already learned in Sem 1. Yeah. So if you see here, this is the synaptic knob of the neuron, of the motor neuron. So this is the muscle fiber. So when you enlarge this structure, you see this, enlarge this structure, you will get this kind of structure. So if you see that the upper part is like the synaptic node, right? Like you see in synapse, like presynaptic neuron that you see in synapse. But for now, the lower part is not a neuron already. The lower part is muscle tissue. It is muscle tissue actually. Yeah. So actually this structure you can say is similar to synapse. The difference is that the lower part is not a muscle tissue. It is a muscle tissue. So you need to alert it. Okay. So this one is also same. So you see this lah. So this is the basic structure of neuromuscular junction. So normally for the presynaptic knob normally is similar. What you see in synapse, you will see in neuromuscular junction. All the synaptic knob and also containing synaptic vesicle that containing neurotransmitter and also the mitochondria, yeah, they're containing mitochondria. Just that the lower part structure is different. So the lower part structure actually is also containing the receptor, of the neurotransmitter to binding to trigger the action potential inside the muscle tissue. But for now, it is not trigger action potential. It is trigger skeletal muscle contraction. So this one later we will learn about that. For now, you just want to know about the structure. So we will see this diagram more clear. Okay, this is the presynaptic knob that you see in totally similar that you've seen in synapse. Just that the lower part is totally different. You can see that this is a muscle tissue, muscle fiber, and then this is the junction between the sarcomere. So normally in muscle you need to make a muscle to contract. Actually, the electrical impulse will pass through the T tubule. There are the one tubule at here. We call as T tubule at here. So you need to alert about that lah. Okay. Yeah, this one is more clear, right? So normally this is the pre-synaptic neuron, and then this is the muscle tissue fiber, muscle tissue, and then as I mentioned yesterday, the neurotransmitter in neuromuscular junction is acetylcholine. Only acetylcholine only. Dopamine and the another one, noradrenaline is not in the present in the muscle in the neuromuscular junction. So this one you need to alert it. Okay, back. You need to alert it. Okay, so normally this one is actually the one of the mechanism lah. But for now, I don't want to explain the mechanism first. I just want to show you the structure. So normally you see that on the surface membrane of the muscle tissue, they're containing the neurotransmitter receptor 2 for the binding of the neurotransmitter, and then therefore they will trigger the action potential of the plasma membrane of the muscle tissue, and then the action potential will pass through the T tubule. And then this T tubule later will deeper more. They will go to this blue color we call as sarcoplasmic reticulum. If you still remember that you learned in Sem 1, one type of the SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, is considered as sarcoplasmic reticulum. SR is one type of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So in Sem 1 maybe you learn CE, you saw it this term, so you know that this actually is play the role in muscle contraction. So actually, yeah, it is play the role in muscle contraction, especially to trigger release of calcium ion. It will store the many calcium ion within your muscle tissue, and then once they receive the action potential from the plasma membrane of the muscle tissue, the calcium ion will be released out from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So sarcoplasmic reticulum is play the major role in the skeletal muscle contraction. So this one you should know already because you already learned in Sem 1 lah. Okay, so this is the explanation. So normally muscle fiber has a region we known as motor end plate, and then neuromuscular include the auto end plate and the synaptic node. And then it also consists of presynaptic membrane and postsynaptic neuron now is replaced to become sarcomere. This is a scientific terms of the plasma membrane of muscle fiber. So in the plasma membrane, actually you can use both. Either you want to use the plasma membrane or muscle fiber, or you want to use sarcomere. Is both are acceptable. And then presynaptic membrane is synthesized neurotransmitter is acetylcholine that play the role in skeletal contraction. Others is not dopamine, GABA is not play the role in skeletal muscle contraction, so you need to alert lah. So when the examination in structural question or in objective question, if coming about which kind of the function of the acetylcholine, you need to know lah. Okay. So normally there are also the T tubule we call a transverse tubule. Normally is deep down into the muscle fiber for the transmission of action potential to myofibril.